Jury selection is resuming this morning in the Brian Walshe murder trial. The Cohasset man pled guilty as proceedings got underway yesterday to disposing his wife Anna's body and misleading police. But Walshe did not plead guilty to killing her. Things do seem to be getting underway in court now. Let's listen in.
You guys know that. Look, all rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having to do with the Honorable Justice Diane Frenier, Justice of the Norfolk Superior Court, go on in, give your sentence, and you shall be heard. Let's have the Commonwealth of Massachusetts in this honorable court. Please be seated. Court's now in session.
2391, the Commonwealth versus Brian Walshe. Can I just have counsel identify themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Greg Connor for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tracy Cusick of the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ann Yass for the Commonwealth.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone. Kelly Porges on behalf of Mr. Walshe.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good
Good morning,
morning.
Your Honor. Larry Tipton for Mr. Walshe.
Welcome to all counsel. Can I see counsel at the side of the bench briefly?
Juror 168.
168. 168.
Welcome back, everybody. Blue never looks so good, and we have a whole lot of it on this Wednesday morning. 9 days out, at least 8 days out now, until Thanksgiving next Thursday. Okay, let's talk about rain chances, because I am forecasting, looking ahead just for you for the big holiday arriving for us next week. We've been drier than normal for the month of November. We've been cooler than average as well. Let's talk about what we're looking at as we look towards Thanksgiving next Thursday, everybody. We're going to have a mainly dry weekend up on tap for us here, and even as we head into early next week, Monday and Tuesday of next week. Two areas of concern that I'm going to be focused on as we move towards midweek next week. We have an area of low pressure coming onshore in the Pacific Northwest. It'll get shunted down to the south, and another system is actually going to be firing out of the Four Corners region. Both of them are likely to clash across Texas, get caught up in what we call the westerlies, and push it toward the Atlantic coast. And that actually could spray us with some hefty amounts of rain between Wednesday and early Thursday of next week. That means we're going to have some issues there for the day of travel just before Thanksgiving. But of course, we'll be watching that. We got plenty of days to forecast it for you, and we'll get the most accurate forecast just on tap for you. Another thread of what we're also going to be watching is a slight uptick in terms of rain chances over the next couple weeks as well. We are waking up with some cloudy skies. Some areas actually looks like it's going to be a little bit of rain, but if we lower that banner down to the bottom of the screen there, you can see some few extra clouds and perhaps even some scattered snow showers there down to an area south down towards Nantucket. I want that banner to go away so we can show you that as well. One of the other things that we're also going to be watching to the south of the region is definitely going to be some rain chances taking over as well. Wider view is showing that warmer air is going to be eroding away any sort of cold air on the north side of this system. Rain will be taking over, and then the rest of that system will be pushing out into the Gulf of Maine once we get into the next few hours or so. We'll be back to near seasonable conditions on Saturday, around the upper 40s, both Saturday and Sunday. The only difference between the two is we'll have a more sunshine arriving for us for the latter half of the weekend as opposed to the front of the weekend as well. So current temperatures outside here, 35 degrees in the city of Boston. We have dry dew point temperatures. We can thank high pressure for that. We have lighter winds again this morning. We had clearing skies, at least for the first half of the overnight last night, so we allowed temperatures to settle back down. And because we have light winds outside, temperatures have also scaled back as well. Still around 19 degrees, it feels like, over in Worcester. As that system I was telling you about earlier that moves off of the coast, we'll have a lot of sunshine arriving for us for the remainder of our Wednesday before more clouds move back in for tomorrow. We're going to have a moisture-starved sort of Thursday for us here. And as we look forward Thursday night into early Friday, a few extra clouds will be moving on through, and then our next frontal boundary will be passing by Friday night. That's the threat of a spot shower or two. But we'll take our temperatures back into the 40s again today, being below average yet again, around 46 to 47 degrees in the city. Cooler conditions will prevail for the islands later today, but still nonetheless, you're likely going to be in the mid 40s there. There's that front that I was warning you about that could actually throw some extra rain chances our way. Hey, we're only talking about 35% chance of rain early on Saturday morning. That pushes on out. High pressure moves back in, and that means a nicer Saturday afternoon for you. Still likely to be below average, though, at least until we get to about Friday. We'll be around 50 degrees or so. Average daytime high for today is 51 degrees. We'll take those 40s and sunshine right on into next week there, Brianna.
All right, Jason, thanks. Well, a big honor for some local restaurants. Last night, the Michelin Guide announced its first ever Boston area designations. WBZ's Jordan Jaglenzer is live in the studio with the spots that are about to get even more popular, Jordan.
Yeah, Brianna, as if it's not hard enough to get a reservation at some of Boston's best restaurants already for its first ever Boston Guide. Michelin inspectors have been secretly eating at restaurants for the past few months, but just one earned a coveted Michelin star. 311 Omakase is located in the city's south end and won Boston's first ever Michelin star last night. Since opening in the summer of 2023, it's already been nearly impossible to get a reservation there, partly due to the restaurant's intimate size. The 10-seat restaurant serves up Japanese cuisine, where the chef picks 18 courses for each guest, starting at $250 a person. Omakase is Japanese for "I'll leave it up to you," and they've obviously impressed those inspectors. But now that they have a star, the real work comes in keeping it. Those Michelin pros will be stopping by regularly, unannounced, and just one bad meal could have the star taken away. Those who've eaten there tell us dining inside was a real experience.
It's pretty small in there, so it's very catered towards you and 9 or 10 other people that are sitting around the sushi counter. So it's a very detailed experience.
Several other restaurants in the city and in surrounding towns were named Bib Gourmand restaurants. According to Michelin, those designations are given to eateries that offer good quality food for good value. 19 others earned a Michelin recommendation, including Lynn's Nightshade Noodle Bar, Newton's Thistle and Leek, and Urban Hearth in Cambridge. We have the full list on our website, WBZ.com. I really want to try to get in here now. I know everybody, maybe in a couple years we can all get in.
I remember you talking about trying to make a reservation there. What's interesting, so I looked up the Nightshade Noodle Bar because that's like noodles sound so good to me.
Especially this time of year.
I know, cozy, right?
Yeah.
But I'm looking, they're like, it's a 14-course noodle thing.
Oh my gosh.
All of them are like 18 courses, 14 courses. They must be little.
Yes, I feel like that's kind of Michelin's thing.
Yes.
I feel like every Michelin star restaurant, or even ones that are recommended, are always courses. That are picked for you.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
Okay, we will go. Either fish or noodles will do it.
Yes.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thanks.
Hey, thousands of Massachusetts families will be able to enjoy a Thanksgiving feast thanks to the Patriots and the United Way. The organizations kicked off their annual Thanksgiving project yesterday. Patriots players joined in on the Packing Week push. Throughout the week, volunteers will put together 10,000 meal bags for families in need. And a reminder that WBZ is partnering with Wegmans this holiday season to support food pantries across the state. You can find more information on how to get involved on our website, WBZ.com. Well, Celtics taking on the Nets in Brooklyn last night, and it was a back-and-forth game. Jaylen Brown came alive in the second half. He scored 17 in the third quarter, finishing with 29. Celtics win their third in a row, 113-99. They are now 8-7. They'll host the Nets on Friday night. Just ahead this morning on CBS News Boston, popular gaming platform Roblox upping its safety measures. What will change for kids who play? And WBZ News is teaming up with Kiss 108 to hook you up with a pair of free tickets to this year's Jingle Ball, headlined by WBZ's honorary meteorologist Ed Sheeran. Contest runs through November 21st. We'll introduce the winner with Billy and Lisa right here on our show on the 25th. To enter, head to WBZ.com.
You're watching WBZ News.
Well, a popular online gaming platform is rolling out new safeguards to protect children from strangers. Roblox says it's introducing new age verification features following numerous lawsuits and claims that the platform endangers kids. The new changes include an AI photo check, which will be used to estimate the age of users and limit their communications with people outside of their age group.
It's really quite simple. Capture your picture locally on the phone, use it to figure out how old everyone is, and really use that then to assign them to the right people that might connect with. But we're really not storing these images. They're deleted soon after we process them.
The age verification rollout has already started on a voluntary basis and will be mandatory once it's rolled out globally in January. Roblox says it has more than 151 million daily users, with about a third of them under the age of 13. Well, coming up next, the Kraft family leading a new push to make houses of worship safer for everyone.
You're watching WBZ News.
Faith leaders, officials, and state police gathered at Gillette Stadium to discuss safety at places of worship. Yesterday's seminar was hosted by the Kraft family, and their goal is to ensure that everyone can practice their faith freely and without fear. Newly sworn-in Secretary of Public Safety and Security Gina Kwan discussed a new online portal for reporting hate-based crimes, and she also shared a unifying message.
Let me be clear. Hate has no home here. An attack on one community is an attack on all of us. We are committed to responding with compassion, resolve, and collaborative solutions.
During the seminar, experts presented best practices on security and combating hatefulness. Still to come in our next half hour, a new flu strain surging overseas. We take a look at how this year's vaccine will combat that problem.
CBS News Boston is now streaming live on our YouTube channel every morning from 7 to 10 a.m. So if you're watching us streaming on YouTube, please like and subscribe to our channel, CBS News Boston. Now, streaming on CBS News Boston, WBZ News Mornings continues with your top stories.
Right now on CBS News Boston, concerns about a tough flu season ahead. A new strain is spreading, and this year's vaccine may not be highly effective. Why doctors say you should still get it anyway. A deadly attack in Framingham. Why the suspect's friend says police have the charges all wrong. Also, more disruptions coming to your commute if you take the T. The upcoming service changes as crews prepare for work on the orange and the green lines. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brianna Pitts. Experts are warning it could be a rough flu season. They say there's a new strain that's surging overseas, and it appears that this year's vaccine is not a strong match. WBZ Samantha Cheney is live in our satellite center with what you need to know to keep your family safe. Sam.
Good morning, Brianna. Well, first, as we head into the holidays, parents and families should be making sure that they are washing their hands. And second, getting the flu shot. We are entering the season where people will start to get sick. And right now, doctors say flu vaccination rates in our country are down. We're told there's a mutated strain of the virus circulating that's already caused spikes in the UK, Japan, and Canada. It could lead to more hospitalizations and deaths compared to last year. And experts, they say this new strain, it wasn't around when doctors created this year's vaccine.
But even when the vaccine isn't perfectly targeted to the circulating strains, there is usually some overlap and some effectiveness, sometimes not as much against infection, but still against hospitalization.
Now, what you just heard from Dr. Duran, that's what if health officials want everyone to be keeping in mind at this time. We're told each vaccine is made with multiple strains, and there is overlap even with a mutated virus to protect against severe infections and hospitalization. In the Satellite Center, I'm Samantha Cheney, WBZ News.
All right, let's get a check of that next weather forecast as we take a look over the city, the Charles River. Jason Michael is here, and Jason, at least we have the sun to kind of balance out the cold.
Had a bit of an illusion on our Wednesday morning here, Brianna. I have to remember the day of the week here. It seems like the month is just flying by. We do have some sunshine to kind of warm up our hearts here, but the air temperatures are going to be cold yet again, unfortunately. We got chilly wind chills again this morning, though we're dealing with less wind over the next couple days here. Seasonable conditions will be back on tap as we march towards the weekend here between Friday and also on Saturday. It would be around the 50-degree mark there. Today's average high is about 51 degrees, so it will be a little bit cooler than the average. Kind of been the theme of our weather story, unfortunately, this week. We have a few rain showers possible very late into the overnight for us on Friday night into early Saturday. We're dealing with some morning flakes, though, for the island of Nantucket and perhaps even the south coast there of Martha's Vineyard. Rain will actually overtake any sort of lingering snowflakes there. We have a warm front moving north into the region, but the overall nexus of this gyre layer of low pressure will be pushing eastbound right into the Gulf of Maine and taking the remainder of clouds out with it here. This is some of the cloud bands that we have as of right now from that system here, but sunshine will be taking over for us here. Temperature is also going to be warming up. We're only about 35 degrees right now. Winds are around 8 miles per hour, so significantly less than what we were dealing with there earlier this week, where we had gusts around 40 miles per hour. Chilly wind chills are up from the teens. We're right around 20 degrees over in Worcester right now, 25 in Norwood, 32 degrees. It feels like the freezing mark down in New Bedford, 29 in Boston, 33 over in P-Town as well. But the hour-by-hour forecast, mainly sunny for the rest of the day here, friends. So we'll talk about the rest of the 7-day forecast and also talk about the potential for some rain causing some issues just in time for the Thanksgiving day of travel. Brianna.
Okay, Jason, thank you. Well, a man accused in a deadly assault in Framingham faced a judge yesterday, but a friend of the defendant says he was just trying to defend himself. WBZ's Paul Burton has more on what happened in court.
Mr. Craig L. West, the allegations, it's been alleged that you did assault and beat Ozell Sari.
Craig West went before a judge today. The 39-year-old Framingham man faced numerous charges after prosecutors say he struck 64-year-old Ozell Sari in the head on Concord Street in Framingham on Saturday afternoon.
When medical personnel arrived, they noted Mr. Sari was laying on the ground, that he had blood coming from his nose, and that he was able to speak, but he was unintelligible.
Prosecutors say because of the seriousness of the injuries, Sari was taken to Tufts Medical Center.
Because of the extent and nature of the injuries to his brain, ultimately Mr. Sari passed away early yesterday morning.
Police were able to identify West by video cameras in the area. The video shows West and Sari get into a heated confrontation, but West's defense attorney says his client was attacked first and only acted in self-defense.
Mr. Sari was the one who started the altercation. He kicked Mr. West in the groin and actually threatened to stab Mr. West.
The video shows this defendant in what the Commonwealth would characterize as excessive self-defense.
Brian Zito was there at the time of the assault. He and West are friends. He says Sari attacked first, which is why West punched him.
I'm at a loss of words, I really am. Like, for someone to be defending himself and this happened to him is crazy.
Police say Sari is homeless and well known in the Framingham downtown area. They also say West does have a criminal past dating back to 2014.
In addition to the nature of the offense being incredibly serious in terms of the physical assault leading to a death in this case, the Commonwealth believes a high cash bail is necessary to ensure this defendant's return to court.
West is being held on $20,000 cash bail. He's due back in court on December 12th for a pretrial hearing. An autopsy is being performed on Sari to determine an official cause of death. In Framingham, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Well, the trial of the Duxbury mother accused of killing her 3 children has been delayed until at least July. Attorneys for Lindsay Clancy say expert witnesses need more time to evaluate her mental health. The court also denied a request by the defense to move her trial out of Plymouth County. Clancy is accused of strangling her children at their home 3 years ago before trying to take her own life. Her trial was previously scheduled to start in February. Well, new data from the state shows the average school staff member in Massachusetts missed 12 days of work last year. That's 2 days more than what it takes students to be considered chronically absent. Here is a look at some of those numbers. Medford and Wellfleet both reported 100% teacher attendance. That's followed by Brewster and Orleans with a near perfect attendance. On the lower end, Northampton Smith Vocational Agricultural School had a 76.7 rate, followed by Saugus at 82.2 and Lawrence at 83.4. Well, child care costs are sky high, and in some cases they are more expensive than rent. That's true in more than 80 cities nationwide, including Springfield. A new study from LendingTree found parents there spend just under $2,000 a month on infant care. That's 15% more than the average monthly rent price. It's the biggest discrepancy in the U.S. Boston does have higher child care costs, but its rent is also much higher. Whole work is coming to the Orange and the Green Line next month. On the Orange Line, shuttle buses will replace service between Back Bay and Forest Hills on December 5th and 6th due to signal work. And then on the Green Line, work on overhead wires will take place from December 8th through the 22nd, suspending service from North Station to Babcock Street on the B branch, Kenmore on the C and D branches, and Heath Street on the E branch. Well, 200 new U.S. citizens were sworn in yesterday at the JFK Library. And as WBZ's Aaron Parsegian shows us, in a world full of noise and rhetoric about immigration policy, people came together to welcome these new Americans.
With their right hands raised, nearly 200 people took this oath. Words holding a heavy weight and for many, the key to freedom.
By your hard work, patience, and commitment to this long process, you have all earned the right to be citizens of the United States of America.
From more than 50 different countries, these are the faces of America's newest citizens.
I'm just excited. There's a lot of opportunity, we're getting to vote now, definitely. So that's the first one.
Gacin Brumaire came here from Haiti in 2016, sharing a lifelong dream realized for many at the JFK Library on Tuesday.
Long been hearing about America. America been a great country, so it's everybody's dream. And I'm happy to be a part of it.
For many of these new citizens, this was a moment years in the making that brings immense joy and also, nowadays, some relief.
I wasn't already part of this country, but now we can say it's official.
For João Oliveira, who moved from Brazil to Milford as a teen, this was nearly a decade-long wait.
It's awesome. It's a thing that I always wanted to have.
And though he was living here legally, the last few months brought added anxiety for a non-citizen as he watched immigration crackdowns across the country.
Never feel safe. You can, someone could sign a law that makes you not part of this country anymore. So you always feel anxious about it. And being a citizen says, nobody can take this right away from me anymore.
Writes, none of these new Americans, like Yeshi Nizing, a Tibet native, will ever take for granted.
I work day and night, and I pay a lot of taxes, and at the end, I made it. I feel so proud to be an American citizen. I love America.
In Dorchester, Aaron Parsegian, WBZ News.
Still to come on CBS News Boston, Steve Burton, Ernie Adams, and Christian Fourier discuss how the Patriots can win their 9th straight game this weekend, even though they are now without one of their best defensive players.
Welcome back, friends. Oh, the skies are going to look just like our open as of right now. Beautiful blue skies along with a few cumulus clouds moving across the skies later on today. We've got the brightest star in our galaxy shining overhead here to allow for another lovely day here. Even though temperatures will be a little bit cooler than the average, we've had a really moisture-starved type of month here. Temperatures this week have been below average. Even last week we were below average as well. But in general fashion here, as we're looking ahead at the 7-day forecast, I'm going to even go even farther out than that. We're going to look at the next 7 to 10 days here, because we have a big holiday arriving for us next Thursday. As it appears as of right now, we're expecting a system to crawl out of Texas there, fire even more rain showers into the region beginning on Wednesday afternoon through the early evening hours. And some of those spot showers can actually cause a little bit of travel woes for us as we look towards the day before Thanksgiving of next week. We're also going to be tracking a little bit more wet weather by Black Friday as well, but it looks like the most of the rain chances will be confined to the day before Thanksgiving, which is next Wednesday, okay? Looking at the long-term forecast, the next 6 to 10 days, the Climate Prediction Center down in Normal, Oklahoma says we're going to have a slight uptick in terms of rain chances. That, of course, is already happening here in that graphic that I just showed you. But as of right now, we got less winds outside, chilly air temperatures as well, but a lot of sunshine. So that a bit of an illusion for the day will allow for another stable conditions type of forecast for today as well as tomorrow. Seasonable conditions for the end of the week. We're talking about temperatures in the upper 40s, perhaps even low 50s, and a few rain chances again popping up between Friday night and early Saturday. What we're dealing with here right now, friends, is a little bit of cloud cover beginning to wane and push on out. We got a lot of energy down to the south as of right now, and even some early morning flakes down in Martha's Vineyard as well as Nantucket. All of that energy goes away by the time we get to noon later on today as we say goodbye to that system. Again, it's remaining down to the south. We have some cloud bands moving in across the eastern half of the harbor as of right now. We see 35 degrees on the board for the city of Boston. Light winds for the North Shore, the South Shore, Worcester, Mass, Worcester County over in Central Mass there will likely be a bit drier than normal as well. Current wind chills are up from the teens earlier this morning in Worcester. Feels like 20 degrees there, about 10 degrees warmer in the city of Boston. Mid to upper 30s for the Cape and even the islands there. We could think that maritime influence